Hello and welcome to the Crystal Lightworkers podcast. In this series, which is the crystals and subtle energy of life, we explore the subtle energy, crystals, and how they interact with your personal field. Today, we'll be exploring the science of crystal frequencies, how the vibrations of stones influence your energy, and why this understanding bridges both metaphysical and scientific perspectives. What are crystal frequencies? Each crystal has a unique vibrational frequency determined by its atomic structure. Quartz, for example, has a highly organized latticed structure, giving it stable, coherent vibrations. Other crystals like amethyst or citrine contain trace minerals that modify and enhance these vibrations. The vibrations interact with the subtle energy in your aura. So think of it like a tuning fork, as we mentioned in the last podcast. If your energy is off-key or stagnant, the crystals stabilize the frequency and bring it back into harmony. Crystals act as an energetic amplifier, stabilizer, and harmonizer. So let's begin to look at the science behind these vibrations. Crystals exhibit properties that science recognizes. Piezoelectricity. Some crystals, like quartz, generate a small electrical charge when pressure is applied. And one way that the shamans used to verify this they would wake up the spirit of the stone, they called it, and they would smash two quartz pieces together, rub them and create a lot of friction, and you get what's known as triboluminescence. And if you try it on crystals that you're not bothered about too much, although I have done it with crystals, and it creates like a flint, and you get tiny little I got green sparks coming off the crystals, and you can see the electrical impulse that is being created from the friction on the quartz. It's quite interesting, but if you're scientifically minded and you want more evidence that piezoelectricity is emitted from quartz, then this is something you might want to do. So these piezoelectricity vibrations are used by scientists today in watches and electronic devices, and they're even found in medical devices as well. And this demonstrates that crystals hold energy and respond to external forces. Now, the body has its own electrical circuit governed by the nervous system. So when crystals emit a resonance, this resonance is acknowledged by the nervous system and translated by the body into a feeling or a thought process. And this is how crystals are able to communicate with us and adjust emotional and mental experiences of life. Did you know that the very first radio station was called a crystal set because it had a crystal, galena I believe it was, in it that changed the radio station. So it moved the dial, so to speak, so you tune into a different frequency. And this is what I believe is exactly what happens when we use crystals to change our own receptivity to frequencies. So when you use a crystal, it's adjusting the way you feel or think, and then helping you feel more positive, feel more harmonious, feel more motivated, feel more relaxed, whatever it is you've chosen the crystal for. And when you also comprehend how the universe responds to our own individual frequencies by creating a reality that matches the resonance of each of us, you will begin to see why we all have unique experiences of being human. The external vibrations in the atmosphere around us are in constant flux. The impact of planetary alignments, the electromagnetic frequencies from Wi-Fi, from appliances, from the biorhythms emitted from the earth that are inside the earth, all of these external frequencies influence our auric field and our energy. But with awareness, we can use crystals to stabilize or harmonize our human experience. We can use them to help us align with our center and detach from unease that some call dis-ease. And of course, the opposite is true. When we become at ease, then we find that harmony, and the body has the innate ability to heal itself. So with self and the environment, we can use crystals. We are not separate from the environment. The environment is traveling through us, through our cells, through our energy in our body. So we are part of the environment. So we need to also recognize that this energy, as scientists have recognized, is traveling through us. And many new age scientists are now suggesting that electropollution is a silent killer. 6G, Wi-Fi, all of the electrical impulses are out in the atmosphere. But these electric signals can be corrected with the know-how to produce life-giving energy instead of life-taking energy, because of the speed at which most of it is traveling, and whether it is producing a life-giving energy or a life-destroying energy. So we then begin to be able to adjust to the faster stream of energy that is rotating around the Earth's auric field at this moment in time. So when you consider how fast the Wi-Fi is traveling, how fast our information travels in the atmosphere, it travels through us. So yes, we are now receiving information via the internet, etc., at light speed. And those of us that are on a spiritual path know that we're aiming to connect to our light body. So if we can learn how to adjust the faster frequencies into a productive frequency, then we are learning how to implement and integrate more life-giving energy within the body, within the planet, and make a big difference. So if you want to know more on that, then maybe visit Dr. Ibrahim Karim. He is a professor who specializes in these faster vibrations. He names the life-giving energy BG3, and because it's made up of 3 components, and then through the coding or the sacred geometric formulas, as in crystals and plants and trees and our DNA, that's how life comes into being. So rather than me trying to explain it, I think if you research Dr. Ibrahim Karim and you want to know more about the science behind the 3 vital life-giving energies that are on the planet, then please take a look at what he has to say. We also integrate in science all about the physics of light and the physics of light and color frequencies. Many crystals refract the light. Now, refract means it bends or slows down the light. And many crystals reflect the light in specific ways. Crystals can also transmute energy. They can change energy. They can transmit energy, and they can magnify it. So when you consider that certain crystals are capable of doing this and it has a measurable outcome, it's really quite fascinating. And I genuinely believe that in years to come, that this will be a more recognized form of wellness in our everyday life, and people will take crystal healing and vibrational medicine more seriously. So just let's take a moment to remind ourselves a little bit about color. Color carries vibrational information influencing moods and perception. Each color has its own spectrum, offering varying degrees of frequency. For example, red can be a grounding energy that will slow you down and help you feel here, now, and secure. But it also can have a motivating or inspiring energy. And these are 2 very different energies, both resonating within the red ray. Now, we do cover this more on the diploma to help you identify the frequency of the color that is being emitted from the mineral content of a crystal. And that then helps you to realize whether it's a very lively energy or if it's a soft, more balancing energy. In the red spectrum, red jasper is a stabilizer. It helps you feel secure, it helps you feel safe, it helps you feel grounded. And garnet, which is also in the red spectrum, fires you up. It is a fiery energy, and it will inspire you, and it will motivate you, and it will bring a lot of energy. Red jasper will also bring you a lot of energy, but the frequency is different. Okay, so how do frequencies interact with the human energy field? So here's a recap. Your aura is a dynamic vibrational field shaped by your thoughts and beliefs, by your emotions, by your physical health, and through external influences that we have mentioned. Crystals can interact with your energy field in various ways by amplifying vibrations, which is like quartz, that will enhance the energy in your field because quartz is a transmitter of energy. Actually, quartz does all of it. Quartz absorbs energy, neutralizes energy, transmits, transmutes. It's an amazing crystal. That's why they call it the master healer. Some crystals can harmonize your energy using the vibrations of sodalite or jade. Sodalite brings mental harmony, jade brings emotional harmony. And filtering or shielding your energy. Black tourmaline, because it absorbs or redirects negative frequency, it will help to shield your energy from any low vibrations or unproductive vibrations that may affect you, as we've spoken about the Wi-Fi, the different energies that are out there. Hematite is another great filtering or shielding energy, because what hematite will do is it reflects energy away. And if you add intention to it, you can actually send the energy back to the source of where it has come from. So if somebody has fallen out with you and they're sending you not nice thoughts or they're sending you bad energy, then you can ask that the energy be returned to sender. And not that you wish them any harm, but so the spiritual lesson may be learned by them, and that you can hold your own space without having that trigger in your energy field. Tuning your aura with crystal frequencies, you can increase your clarity and focus. You can increase and support your emotional stability, and you can enhance intuition and promote overall energetic coherence. Here's some practical applications for working with external influences, because we have mentioned a little bit on the last podcast on how to use them for emotions. What you can do is you can dowse to find the best location and placement within the home or on your body. Now, I like to dowse over a template, either a template of the body or a template of the place that I am living, and find where the dowser draws me to place crystals to find out whether the energy needs enhancing, calming, motivating, moving, or whatever. And I usually find the location and then check with the dowser what energy is required, whether it's a calming energy or a moving energy. Placement in the space in your home. You can use quartz clusters, you can use amethyst clusters, you can put points in the corners of the room to harmonize environmental energy. But remember to cleanse these crystals regularly because they will get impregnated. Use crystals to transmute EMFs on appliances and Wi-Fi. And with a combination of intention, focus your thoughts on the desired outcome while working with your crystals, and you'll get a more measurable outcome of whether the crystals are working. Observing crystal impact. How do we know whether they're working? First of all, make a clear intention of what it is that you're trying to do and make a note of it. And then place your crystals in the home near electrical appliances and see if your energy level increases, because at the moment, as the energy is coming into your home, it may be, without you realizing it, depleting you of energy. Try some of these crystals, maybe obsidian, because obsidian will slow down the frequency and you may not feel as overwhelmed with life. You may not feel that life's going as fast. You may find that the energy that's coming through your home is at a more amicable speed and life slows down a little bit for you. You might want to try rose quartz or aventurine near some electrical appliances to transmute the frequency that is being emitted at the high vibration and the high velocity into a nice, loving, beneficial energy that is more in keeping with you maintaining your harmonious energy field that you wish. Amethyst is a great purifier, so you could use that to purify the energy if you feel that the energy is stagnant or heavy. Feeling the vibration. So hold a crystal in your hand, close your eyes and take some nice, slow, long, deep breaths and visualize the crystal's vibration as a gentle, rhythmic pulse emanating out into the space around you. And then through using your inner eye, send and intend that energy, that harmonized energy, into the matrix of Mother Earth. And ask the ley lines to take the energy that you are driving with your intention down into the earth to be transported around your neighborhood or around the world if you wish, to transmute any unproductive energy and bring a nice, life-giving, loving energy that's benefiting the earth and all the inhabitants. Now, I've done this on many occasions, and there are evidence in certain documented books on dowsing and working with ley lines that unsavory neighborhoods have been turned into sought after areas after people have done a lot of work sending the love and the harmony into the earth and driving it to wherever they feel is an unsavory area near them. And it's upped the neighborhood. It's attracted people with a really good, nice vibration. So I hope that's given you a little bit of more of an understanding on how the science of crystal work. There is a lot more detail that we could go into, but at least it just opens your mind a little bit to explore further if you wish. Carry crystals with you that resonate with your energy, helping you to align, balance, and harmonize your aura. Because just by doing that, you're affecting the surrounding area around you, and everywhere you go, you take that harmonized aura with you, and it influences the energy around you. Remember, you are not separate from the atmosphere and the energy around you. You are the energy around you. You are not separate from it. So understanding this bridges the mystical and scientific, giving you tools to work more consciously with this subtle energy. Stay tuned for the next discussion in our series Crystals and the Subtle Energy of Life, where we'll explore energy mapping, understanding your personal field. Thank you for listening to Crystal Lightworkers podcast, and please share this episode or leave a review to help more people discover the power of the subtle energy and crystals. So until next time, stay resonant, stay balanced, and let your energy flow freely.